Hey guys, welcome back to GT Academy. We
Turn
are
one, 4 abreast. Look at us. All right.
We're racing right now.
What, group 3?
Yeah, we're in. No, actually, we're
4.
on groups
I don't even know.
5 and 6, I believe.
5 and 6. Yeah.
I got to get my paperwork sorted here, but yeah, you guys can watch. Let me get the info up for you guys on the stream here. Yeah, there you go. We're at the Nurburgring.
I'm impressed. You guys are picking those guys out and going, oh, that's so-and-so and so-and-so in the car. For me, it's the blue, orange, kind of red and black, you know.
Yeah, you can't recognize the guys by numbers or get used to them. Oh, you know.
It's tough, but we've got the names up here, so that's really helpful.
Don't get technical and say that stuff. I mean, all right, how do you know which is A, B, C, and D?
Yeah, see, it's got over here on the right side, and this will be good for viewers, too. Over here on the right side, we have the leaderboard that shows our positions. You see there's 1A, 1B, 1D, and 1C. And then, of course, on the other race, this is race 2. So you have 2A, 2D, and 2B, and so forth. And they're labeled as such on our paperwork here. That we have.
Now, folks, I just want you all to know, none of that was explained to me when I sit down and put the headset on, okay?
We expect you to know these things.
Yeah, it's like, how would I know it? I wasn't allowed to come up and sit at the table before, you know? So anyway, now I've got to study all this stuff and figure it out.
Well, you're a quick study.
Yeah.
That's why you're such a great racing driver.
Yeah. I'm still going with orange, red, black, kind of blue, Anyway. Looks like the first two, which we've seen a lot. It seems like they break up into pairs.
They do.
Yeah, I think they tag on to each other.
Yeah, and I think the problem is they get racing each other, and the one that's in the front's looking behind to defend, and they're not looking at the big picture. Hey, I need to get up there to those guys. Let's go.
You should be looking a car or two ahead if you can.
All right, and the guy that's behind them should be going, if that guy's going quick and catching that group and bunch, I'm going to sit back there and let him take me to the group. Then I'll do my battling.
Yeah, unless he makes a mistake, just you want to trail behind him and be patient.
Yeah, and give
no
him
mistakes. If everyone can just get in a groove, you probably catch those two leaders.
Yeah, and you wouldn't have as much in the way of you take a little bit of pressure off him. He didn't think you were trying to dive under him at every corner.
We've got a great group of guys here in
contact, pushing
front,
a lot of
back,
stuff going on.
It's a train back going into the first corner.
Now, see, in real time, you might be stopping in the pits to fix some of that
stuff.
We
might be having a caution, some brooms coming out to pick up a mess.
Yeah, look at this. Oh, where are you going?
Around the outside.
Now, see, again, that's not knowing the track and how to race that, because that's not a spot that you're actually going to make a pass.
No.
Right there.
Yeah,
so
never really
if you're
have a
that
chance.
quick and you've got to run on them, you've got this next straightaway in front of you. That's where you got to be patient.
And actually, I think this is kind of one of the neat things about virtual racing like this is that, as you guys said, in a real-world situation, you would have to come in, and all these guys, the cars would be damaged, and, that good racing action would be over. It would not go past that turn. But, these cars, we have damage turned off on these races, and it really does make for a lot of drama because guys can touch and they can bump together, and it doesn't end their race.
Yeah, I mean, even where we run, a 3-hour races with the Blanc Pun Endurance Series, each driver does about an hour. Honestly, you have something like we did where we happen to get a puncture due to a little bit of contact, that's one lap that you lose. But that one lap, even over 3 hours, good luck catching up to the leaders.
Yeah. Well, let's put that into perspective, okay? Cars in your category you're running within how much of each other? Usually tenths?
Yeah, I mean, it depends, with your pro or am drivers, but I'd say overall, everyone's probably running within a second, 2 seconds most, at a lap.
So let's put that in perspective and say you lost 15 minutes in the pits.
Yeah, you're You're at the bottom of the field.
Yeah.
Unless someone has crashed, you're at the bottom of the field.
I don't care how fast you are. If you're a second a lap faster than the fastest guy out there,
you're not going to make up that time.
You're not going to make up 15 minutes.
No,
right?
You're not. If it happened on the first lap, you're making up 3 minutes, and you're done.
You're done. So that's why the team managers and the team owners are saying, okay, guys, look, you want to race fast, you want to race hard, but you want to race where you protect your equipment,
But sometimes, you almost can't back off. These cars are so reliable and take so much just, damage and hitting things, and they get abused, but they keep going. And so you're not like, oh, well, you know, so-and-so is probably going to break down. You're sprinting.
Yeah,
There is no break.
No. And I didn't want to imply, by the way, that I've never made a few of those mistakes along the way. It's just I can sit over here and say I've learned a lot more from over time, but it's the races now, 24-hour races, Le Mans, all of them, it is flat out from the green.
Yeah, and you know, you can look at the example of the GT Academy
hold
guys.
Hold on to that car.
Yeah, that's Tyler Utley. He has only 5 points, so he could definitely use some here.
Points.
But see, he got a tank slapper going by jumping up over the curb too much and upset the balance of the car.
Looks like these guys are getting a little close up here. We've got Peter DeShepper, and that's Gonzalo Torres, the returnee. And now we're back over to this is that race, yeah. The group 5.
Hard to keep up. And can you tell me who those cars are without looking at the other? See, you had to look over at the other screen. That's the problem.
That is the problem. Yeah, looks like that's Landon right there. It is tough. It is tough. Yeah.
Well, and you've been calling it all day, and you're watching them and staying on top of it. I've been dashing in and out.
If everyone could like just pick a color and we could get 32 different colors, you might be able to memorize, you know, who's in what car.
Yeah, I'm not so sure we'd be that lucky, but
yeah, I'll have to tweet a picture of all the paperwork I have in front of me, just trying to keep track of all this.
Well, and we're looking at the back of the car. Tell me where the number is on that car too.
There is no number.
Exactly.
Yeah, see, there's a little camera next to the standings over there, and that shows who we're riding with in this race. So we have a 2D, and then we can line that D up with the graphics there on top of the
screen. You are really technical.
Well, I do run a website for a living. So, yeah, it's I have to.
A lot of letters and numbers.
A lot of letters and numbers. Yeah, you got to stay on top of things. So, yeah, I'm good at matching things.
Tell me what the, and maybe this for the viewers at home, in the lower right screen of your screen, the red arrow that keeps jumping up.
You know, well, as most people know, the Nissan GTR, it is a twin-turbo car. So you're seeing that bottom right. You'll see the little turbo, and that's just kind of telling you how much boost their car is running.
And why don't you tell everybody at home on your car, how much boost are you running with the turbo? What's allowed?
That's a good question.
I can't remember because they restrict it, so it's not normal.
Okay, but do you know how many bar? Or do they do it by pounds?
Oh, they do bar. So I'm always like, PSI, PSI.
So you do probably about 1 point something bar.
Yeah, I think we have a setting, you know, in this GT3 car where we have engine map 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1 is the highest amount of boost, which I want to say is almost near 2 or 1.8 max, and then each one drops, I think, about 0.3 bar. So if it's like raining and pouring out, you know, we'll drop that boost down so we don't have so much power.
Or want to save fuel. You're not
exactly. We're saving fuel. Yeah. You know, we had an issue at Monza where we needed to save fuel. It's a wide open track, and our car, you know, does burn through that fuel real quick. So, you know, Florian, unfortunately, we're running top 3, and he had to conserve some fuel in order to finish, and you know, ran out on his in-lap coming into the pits. So, yeah, there's, you know, times when you need to use it, whether it's weather or, yeah, just conserving fuel.
We got a good race going on over here with these.
Yeah, that's
Torres and Utley and
we're riding along
Peter.
with Braylon and Braylon.
Oh, he's going to go for a pass on the outside. He might get lucky.
Where he might be on the right spot is down here into this braking zone. It might help him. Might help him. Is he going to get past him on the outside? Oh, no. Nice maneuver, but he. See, just couldn't pull that off on that outside. And just what you commented about before.
Yeah, and he's, you know, you're going in there going, I'm going to outbrake, you know, this guy, but the guy right next to you is going, I'm going to outbrake this guy. So they all end up braking late, and you know, you might get pushed wide, or you guys just
right.
You know,
but see what it did for the lead car out there.
It's a tough hit right there.
Peter got a little bit of a gap because those two guys are battling, although they look like they're closing it down a wee bit.
But, you know, even just watching these races, there's a lot to learn that you could apply in real racing.
Absolutely.
Just looking how they set up passes and being patient. It's still the same concept.
Yeah, it's all racecraft.
It's all racecraft.
Real or virtual.
And that was a nice pass.
That
He
was,
got
that was
lucky.
a good pass.
And it was smart of Gonzalo Torres to just, slow it up a little bit, let him by, and, tuck him behind him.
And now they're closed on the leader because the leader got a little bit of a tank slapper going on through that corner, and they've now closed down on him. So it was a smart move because he's put himself back in the mix for the lead of the race.
Yeah, look at this. Oh, wow. That was, it's like he lost some speed there.
Oh, now stay with it. Torres got to get up there close to him. Stay with him. Stay with him.
That's the problem. You got to make sure you leave enough room for him so you can turn in.
Yeah.
Now
That was good, hard racing right there. No harm, no foul. Everybody got a little bit of body rub going, but they got through it in a safe position. So
yeah, I think it's worth mentioning that Peter DeShepper out front there. He's a oh wow, they are really getting into it. I'm gonna ride along.
He's trying to run in wide there.
Peter is he's a Canadian, and he was wow, this is a really good race.
They've got a really good race going on. He's got to run down and take the inside.
Should be able to do it.
Yeah, he's got the position easy. Now move back over and take the line from him.
No, see that? See, and he just runs himself out wide.
He did.
In early, out early. What were you going to say about Peter?
Yeah, Peter, he's from Canada, and he actually finished 11th in Canada, which, of course, they only brought the top 4 Canadians to the finals here. And he, after the qualifiers, time trials were over, he just kind of, moved on and forgot about it and assumed that he hadn't made it. He did not find out that the other guys in 5th through 10th would be unable to attend, and so he just found out from PlayStation and the Academy folks that he would be receiving an invite on Monday. So he's
Braylon just made a nice pass.
Braylon made a nice
got
pass
a nice run on him.
So he was not like he hadn't been practicing or anything, and he didn't.
Well,
was not
he's making the most of it right now. He's doing a good job.
He sure is. Yeah, he's he only has 2 points.
Why do they go so wide on that corner?
It's just a GT Academy habit, I guess.
I guess. I don't know. I don't think they're getting in there too deep because it's not a real hard braking corner. You're coming up a hill to it, and you don't need to go that angle.
Yeah, he has kind of a strange line through there.
Oh.
Braylon's getting a little.
He threw it out there.
He did. He held the position. He didn't lose any ground to Peter, but
he's still got Gonzalo Torres right there. So if they start fighting,
yeah, he's right there.
He's going to capitalize on
he's waiting,
right there,
but he needs to close that gap up a little bit too. Although they seem like they're going to make their own mistakes or benefit from it right up there at the front.
Oh, we can go to what is it?
Yeah, that's
Group
Group 5. Yeah, there's
Group 5's got a good
another
little battle coming in just on the last lap.
They're on the last lap. It's already morning.
Last corner. Coming up, they got to get through the chicane here. No, sorry, I'm a different part. Got a couple
needs to be patient and get a good exit on down the straight before the chicane.
Yeah, down this hill. Oh, he
and
pulled away
that's
from
not
that.
Be it right there.
Yeah.
Oof.
No, that was unless the leader makes a mistake in this chicane, I'd say it's pretty much all she wrote.
So David Griffin is, as long as everything goes smoothly for the next corner, he should be getting full points on this race.
Yeah, he's been doing well.
And Landon Harrison still with a strong finish and strong points, and it's really been strong through the whole competition.
Really strong, yeah, great showing.
You can hear the cheers in the back for a nice win there. Congrats to David.
Yeah, great showing for David. He had 17 points going in, and had 6 more. So here we go. We jump back to Group 6. And there's, let's see. Yeah, Torres running in 3rd. Peter DeShepper is up in 2nd now, our Canadian friends. So they're starting out on the last lap here. It'll be interesting to see if anybody tries to make some moves. But these guys, you never know with some of the lines they take. Peter always goes to the right there, and I think he thinks that he's shortening he's like straight lining that little kink.
And it's not, because that little kink is so sharp that you want to straighten out that radius as much as you possibly can.
Yeah, it's really
he just lost a position.
He's trying to fight back.
Well, that's a tempting spot, but I'm not so sure it's beneficial.
Yeah, and he wanted
to
a
wait
good
to
exit
now
right there
to
and get a good run on him.
Exactly, down into this breaking point. That was the place to pass, not around the inside, outside of those corners.
And you know, and again, right there, he should have hung out a little bit wide and cut under, and he would have been by him already.
Right. Now if he's going to go, he's going to have to bonsai, and that's what he did.
That's not a strong way to do it, but if it gets it done,
it is the last lap.
Yes, it is.
The last lap, yeah.
Spin to win
of their last race. Yeah, these are the guys. These guys' last.
If you think about it, in a points situation, it's better to spin him, get 3 points, lose a point, get 2 instead of 1.
Ooh, we have a strategist over here.
You do what you do to win. There's no lives in danger.
Yeah.
There's no money involved.
You're not going to hurt
go for it.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be. There would definitely be some drama.
It depends on how much you want it. It might cause a little drama, but in the end, if you're at Silverstone, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah. Well, you want somebody who's going to go for it. I mean,
Exactly.
isn't that something you're looking for? Somebody that looks for any advantage.
Anything to win.
Anything to win. Because if you don't do it, somebody else will.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And, I had that happen in San Diego where I had someone just go for it. It was something that shouldn't have worked, and it ended up spinning me, and he got real lucky.
Well, congratulations to Braylon on a great win. He had a good showing at the second round there at Ascari Race Resort. And good job from these guys, too. Let's see, where did Peter end up there? He was third, so he got some points that he needed. He was only coming into that race with 2 points, so he needed those.
We had a little bit better racing. I mean, there was some close stuff and so forth. I think they're, as one would expect with their experience, they need to develop a little more racecraft and some intelligence about where to go and which side and how to set them up.
Yeah, and these are a lot of things, if you do make it to Silverstone, that the driver coaches will point out.
Right.
Stay to the inside, whether you're passing or be patient. You might sit behind the guy and know, I'm faster than him. But you want to wait those 2 or 3 extra corners, have a little bit of patience, and just set him up for that next corner.
Exactly.
And, like I had it when we were battling in the last race with Chris. I found a couple spots that I knew I could get underneath him, but I was going to wait until I hit those points in order to make it happen.
Yeah.
I got lucky, made a mistake, but I was right there to capitalize on it.
And you stayed close. What you've got to do. That was one of the biggest mistakes I saw throughout the competition, when guys would bump somebody and they'd back up to let them go. They'd back so far off that then it took them the rest of the race just to catch back up, and they should have just let them tuck in, slip back in right behind
them.
Exactly.
You raced, but just enough to get right behind him.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, we've got one more race coming up, and then we're going to call it a day. So we're going to take a quick break, one more quick break, and don't go anywhere because I think they're going to bring the next round of guys in for the final show here pretty soon. So
8 more, and they finished, and tally up the points and see where everyone stands.
Yeah, so stay tuned, guys. We'll be right back.